What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a product review and we will be reviewing this. This is the Obsbot Meet 4K webcam, and what are we waiting for? Let's do this! Full disclosure before we move on to this video, this webcam was given to us by Obsbot, but rest assured that I'm gonna give you my honest opinion regarding this product. The Obsbot Meet 4K webcam is not your typical webcam. First off, it shoots 4K. Not a lot of webcam can shoot 4K videos. Secondly, according to the manufacturer, this is AI powered. That means that all of the features, all of those effects for this webcam actually happens inside the webcam itself. That's making sure that it doesn't strain your GPU or the CPU of your computer. By the way, the Obsbot Meet webcam has two versions. One is just the standard version that shoots 1080p, and the other one is the 4K version. The one that we are reviewing is the 4K version. Before we move on doing some image tests for this webcam, let's just see what you're gonna get out of its box. So first off, of course, you have your webcam. This webcam doesn't look like your typical webcam. It actually looks more like an action camera. It has some thickness to it. It has some weight, so it actually feels very sturdy. So that's a good thing. Then you have your webcam mount. Your webcam mount, it doesn't have that typical screw thread here or screw because this is actually magnetic. So the webcam actually just sits on top of it like this. So it gives you that flexibility to rotate your webcam like that. And aside from that, you can also put your webcam like this so you can record in portrait mode. Then they included a security cover, a privacy cover like this. You can just put it on the lens, and then just in case you don't or you're not using your webcam, you can use this as a cover. Then there's the USB-C USB-C cable, USB-C to USB-C to connect your webcam to the computer. Just in case you don't have a USB slot on your computer, they also included a USB-A to USB-C or USB-C to USB-A adapter. Then they also included this patch to house all of this, and of course, documentation. We are now ready to do some image tests. Our Meetcam 4K is now connected to our computer. I'm still using the Sony ZV-1 in this part of the video, but I will be switching to the Meetcam 4K in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, there you go. This is the Meetcam 4K image. Now, just to give you an idea where we came from, in terms of image, let me show this. So the one on the upper left of your screen right now is the Sony ZV-1, and then that I'm using as my default webcam in my videos. Then the one in the upper right, that is the Obsbot Meet 4K webcam, and then the one at the bottom, I'm adding this here. This is the Creative Livecam Sync 1080p, one of the webcams that we've shown some relatively good reviews for some budget friendly webcam. So there you go. That's just some comparison, from let's say a real camera and then from other more budget friendly cameras. So that's our Meetcam 4K on the upper right of the screen. So you can see right away in terms of the tone of my skin, on the Sony ZV-1, I'm a bit more yellowish. And then on the Meetcam 4K, it's the saturation is a little bit on the lesser side, lesser saturated image that you see here. That's why you can see that the colors, tone of my skin is not that yellowish. Now, that's because the yellowish tone comes from the lighting that I am using here on our room, because I have a more warm tone color, but that's what you're gonna get. So as you can see, I think there's there's in terms of sharpness, obviously the webcam that we have or the Sony CV1 is better, but comparing it to the Creative Lightcam Sync 1080p, our Obsbot Meet 4K webcam is definitely much better. So let's actually go and just zoom in on this and just have this now. So let's see what other things can we observe from this particular image. So as you can see here, so I don't see a lot of noise on this particular image, maybe a little bit there on that lighting there, but on the darker, and that's probably just because of the lampshade itself. But if you look at the other parts of the image, there are some noise, but I don't see a lot. Now let's I do this on my test on webcams. I just wave my hands just to see if there will be some frame drops, and my hand would look blurry. So let's just do that. So I don't see it here. I think yeah, I don't see that. But one thing I notice, if I wave my hand like that, you see that there's like that bright lines on the edges of my fingers. So yeah, that's happening there. So I don't know where it's coming from that right now. So but yeah, that's something that I have noticed. So some notes on our current setup here. We are actually recording 4K on this camera, but we are outputting this at 1080/30. So just to let you know, so this camera can record 4K, 30, 10K, 1080p 60, and also 1080p 30. So now in the you can see, or you can access some of the settings of this camera by going or downloading a software from Obsbot's website called MeetCam. And I've already downloaded it. Just Google it or just go to their website, and you should be able to get the MeetCam app, that's our MeetCam software that is for the webcam that you're using from Obsbot. So right now, let's have a look here. So this is what it looks like. So this is the interface. By default, you'll first see. So this is that software, right? So right now you can see we have HDR toggled on. So this webcam has HDR. So if I turn it off, there you go. This is how it looks like if we turn it off. So obviously, you see the colors have changed. The tint has changed to be a little bit more greenish, on the greenish side. So I'm doing this now, and I don't see that bright that bright lines on the edges of my fingers. So maybe that happens when we toggle the HDR on. Now I want to use the HDR throughout the rest of the video so that you can have an idea of how it looks like, at least for this setting and this comparison that we have here. So this is how it looks like. There's also a noise reduction button here that you can see, or toggle that you can see here. Now it's on. If we turn it off, this is how it's gonna look like. Not very much that you can see, but you know what I want to do? I want to turn off the lights that I have here, okay? And just see how the webcam compensates in terms of uh, having a dark room, or a dark setting. So as you can see from here, it's not unusual. So let me just take that one. It's not unusual to have this. You can see that it's quite noisy, and that's okay. I mean, that's the reason why you need lighting. Even the really expensive lenses, expensive cameras, while some of them can really have very good, still good image quality, but in darker settings, but usually you will still want to have good lighting. You want to have a well lit room to actually have make sure that you have a not so noisy image, because the camera is compensating. So right now this is how it looks like. What I want to try is I want to see how this camera looks like as well using natural lighting. I actually am right next to a window, and let me just the curtains, adjust the curtains. There you go. So this is natural lighting. The the window is here, so obviously you can see right away that the noise has gone. And look at that, this natural lighting, really well lit place, this quality, this image looks really nice. Just look at that, completely different. So it looks like this webcam, so I'm gonna put it here just so that you can see that's one of the lightings that I use there. But if I put it here, this image is very sharp, very nice. It's very nice. And as you can see, wow, I think this is where the beauty of this webcam, if you can use this on a really well lit room, you can see the difference of how good the image is. I mean, just look at that. Sorry, I'm looking at your I monitor so that I can see the image real time as well. And this one, look, just look at how sharp the image is if I am using natural lighting here. And probably we'll stay in this setup for the rest of the things that we want to check on this video, so that you can see as well how good this webcam can be. Now let's have a check on some of the other features of this webcam. You can access some of the features using the Webcam software that you can download, that I mentioned that you can download from their website. So let's have a look at that. So here you go. So one of the first things that I want to show you is the one that says auto framing. So let me toggle that one on, and I'm just gonna go first for the upper body, or close up first. Let's go close up first. Basically, the idea of this feature is that it always puts you in frame, your this part of the body, and then upwards. So just like right now, right? So if I move, the webcam will auto zoom and just follow me. So it's just like this. What it's gonna do is it's gonna always try to put me at the center of the frame. So if I move here, there you go, same thing, right? So that's close up. If I move on to upper body, it's the same concept, but instead of just this and this, it's gonna go from here up to the top. So there you go, right? So you have two options on this auto framing feature. You can move around as well, and there you go. Right? So it moves, it follows you, and make sure that you're at the center of the frame. Now, of course, you have to be a little bit subtle on this one, because if you just keep on moving around, and your viewers may actually be feel a little bit nauseated just because of the camera movements. But that is there. Then we also have virtual backgrounds, as you can see from here, right? So this one, you have to toggle this one first, and then once you have this one here, once you have that toggled, and then this will pop up here or show up here. And right now it's still in beta, so probably it's not that perfect yet. So for example, right now I'm at green screen here mode, so you can see it's not sharp yet. The edges, there are still some work that needs to be done there. So yeah, you can change that from green to blue as well. Aside from that, there's also the blur option. As you can see from here, it's just a blurred background. And also you can have virtual backgrounds. They call it here replacement. But again, as you can see here, it's not yet the best, right? They said it's in beta, so I do hope that when it becomes full launch, when it exceeds beta, it's much better than this. So there you go. Let's turn that one off. Okay, so we're back to normal. The other thing I want to show is that this webcam has 4 times digital zoom. So you can control the zoom here. So from 1x to 4x if you want. So that's it. And that's terrifying. Let's go back to 1x zoom. There you go. Again, this is just digital zoom, okay? This is not optical zoom. So you don't expect the quality to stay as the camera zooms in. There's also some toggles here that you can just select. So 86 degrees, I think it's more of the viewing angle. You can select 78 and then also 65. All right. So let's put it back to 86 degrees. Then the other thing is that you can have, let's say, the focus. So this camera has autofocus, and that has two options. One is just the normal autofocus where it focuses what's on the center of the webcam. So right now I'm the one. So if I put something at the front, the focus will change to this one. So there you go. If I remove it, the focus should go back to me. If I put it back again there, let's say you're showcasing some products, you're doing some review of a product you want to showcase. There you go. That's and then it goes back to me as well. It's just how fast can that focus be done for this particular webcam. The other focus is what they call face focus, as you can see from here. So this one, the focus stays on your face. So even if you put something right like that's in front of the camera webcam, the focus will still stay on your face. All right, even if I put this one here, it's still gonna be on my face. Right? Pretty impressive. So that's the other thing about this face focus here, or the different autofocus modes that you can get from this particular webcam. The last thing that I want to show you is that you can record through this webcam in portrait mode. So that is something that's not so usual for webcams, but this webcam can. So all you need to do is just to change the orientation of the webcam to portrait mode, and you should be able to record in portrait mode. So let me do that right now. We're recording, and bam, there you go. You are now recording in true portrait mode, not a landscape mode with cropped sides, but really portrait mode. So if I will show this to you on the other camera, so there you go. I am recording in portrait. Look at me, I'm holding this in portrait. Now, in reality, you're not gonna do it like this most likely, because what you're gonna have the mount, and then you're gonna have it here, right, mounted magnetically, and then you're in portrait mode um, recording already. So this is how you're gonna do that. So there you go. You are in portrait mode right now, recording the video. You can, and then you just go back to horizontal mode, and then there you go. You are or now back to landscape mode. So you can see here the webcam is in landscape mode. All right, so that's actually pretty cool. Oh yeah, before I forget, actually, let's test the mic of this Obsbot webcam, this Meet 4K. This one actually has two omnidirectional mics, so let's try that. Okay, so I will be switching from this mic to this mic. Just hang on. All right, there we go. We are now using the mic of the Meet 4K, and this is how it sounds like. Okay, so I'm not really a fan of mics, that are in webcams, because most of the time they are not of best quality. I think this one has some improved quality in them, but I'm still gonna say that you stick with getting a separate mic than using the integrated web mics on webcams. All right, and that also includes this particular one. But this is definitely much better than the typical one. So just in case you really have no choice, I think this one still works. But if you have an option, get a separate mic. Alright, so that's our review of the Obsbot Meet 4K webcam. I do hope that you enjoyed this video, and I have given you some ideas on what you're gonna get when you buy this particular webcam. My thoughts, well, this webcam definitely shows a lot of promise. And for example, when we are using it on some certain lighting conditions, on this natural lighting conditions that we are using now, this one was really good. But when we are using it on a more darker setup with even artificial lighting, this may actually, the image quality is not the best, I'm gonna say, but still much 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 better than the other webcams that you can get in the market. Aside from that, the features are definitely going to be helpful. I like the auto framing, but that background, right, the blue screen, the green screen, it's now in beta, to be fair with the developers, but hopefully they'll be able to release the full version soon, so that people that will buy this will enjoy that feature. All right, so that's it. I will end this video. I do hope that you like it. If you do like it, give it a thumbs up. If you don't, give it a thumbs down. And please subscribe to our channel to continue supporting us, so that we'll be able to do this, just reviewing products and giving you some ideas, giving you some help and advice on your purchasing decisions. All right, so there you go. Thank you very much for watching. This is Jay from Commodic Reviews. I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.